other ASEAN countries who recognized the sanctions and respected the U.S. wishes went directly to Russia and dealt with them. Bakit tayo natatakot pa rin? Ano ba ito? Bakit lahat Washington? Colony pa rin tayo?
Bakit nga kailangan magpaalam sa US?
Bakit tayo sa Washington pa rin nakikisuyo?
I just
Dahil
want-
sa EDCA?
That I cannot.
Matagal eh. Kung handa naman sila magbenta sa atin, bakit ayaw natin kunin?
Marami pa yung ambassador. Pauwiin na lang natin.
On the area of energy security, we have been assisting, as mentioned by Secretary Garin, DOE in identifying alternative sources of energy. Our foreign service posts are actively involved in dialogues with foreign governments. We are also taking the whole of government approach on food security and have submitted to the Department of Agriculture also a comprehensive list of fertilizer suppliers identified by our foreign service posts. While the DMW takes care of the repatriation of Filipino workers, we have worked to repatriate tourists, students, permanent residents, and Filipino nationals from the region. There is this is very small. There is this statement in one of the actions of the DFA, and was mentioned by Senator Marcos about Russia. The reason of non-traditional suppliers. The reason is because there were sanctions imposed by the United Nations, and only the United States can lift or exempt those sanctions. And therefore, our Philippine Embassy in Washington, D.C., particularly Ambassador Babes Romualdez, has been negotiating with two departments, Department of State and Department of Treasury. Now, it ended 12 April. Now we're working for another 6 months, and this is not across the board. We are just trying to talk to state and treasury departments only for the Philippines request.
And there's
for-
no possibility for us directly speaking to the ambassador who's here in Makati?
Actually, Madam Senator, it's not the case because the sanction should be coming from the U.S. I mean the exemption or the
Even the
lifting of
Americans
san-
have relented on the sanctions imposed on Russia.
Yes, they
Tayo,
have.
takot na takot pa rin.
They-
Bakit ganun?
Hindi, well, it's just we think it's a matter of time that the lifting.
The
of
other
that-
ASEAN countries who recognized the sanctions and respected the U.S. wishes went directly to Russia and dealt with them. Bakit tayo natatakot pa rin? Ano ba ito? Bakit lahat Washington? Colony pa rin tayo?
Madam Senator, hindi naman
Just asking.
I don't think naman natatakot tayo. We're just doing what is being requested and the procedure that was imposed by the State
Requested by
Department.
whom po?
By the UN and the State Department because of the sanctions
Requested
imposed
by
on
the
Russia.
U.S., but having lifted the sanctions,
But they
like
closed-
our neighbors, we can go directly to Russia.
I'm
na eh.
Madam Senator, I'm
At least
sure.
kahit partial lifting, di ba? Eh kung dumiretso na yung ibang bansa, ba't tayo hindi pwede?
But I just
Dahil
want
sa EDCA?
that I cannot respond. But I just want to tell you that the relations between Philippines and Russia is also a very good relations. But
Kaya
this-
nga eh, di ba? Kaya nga, dire-diretso naman tayo pumunta sa Russia, di ba? Andiyan naman yung ambassador. Yung ibang bansa sa ASEAN at sa APEC, alam naman natin, kinausap nila yung Russian ambassador nila, dire-diretso, palibasa yung sanctions nga, eh, partially lifted na ng Amerikano. Bakit tayo sa Washington pa rin nakikisuyo?
well, that
Marami
is-
pa yung ambassador. Pauwiin na lang natin.
I- okay.
Just a quick intervention. Bakit nga kailangan magpaalam sa US? Because time is of the essence eh. And we need the oil yesterday. Kung magpapaalam pa tayo, that will obviously delay the delivery of oil supplies. So bakit pa kailangan magpaalam? What is the technical reason for that?
Because nga, as I mentioned earlier, the sanctions that was imposed
But we did not impose the
yes,
sanction
but
against
it's a
Russia.
United Nations resolution. It is a UN resolution. That's practically it's the Security Council. Yes, but it was the U.S. who lifted. There must be some mechanism. I don't know the details of that, Madam Chair.
Mr. Chair.
No, but it is now, it was vested on on the State Department and the Treasury Department of the United States to lift that exemption or waiver of that, of that Russian oil that will be given.
What will stop PNOC from ordering oil from Russia at this time? Wala, di ba? They can order oil, they can pay in US dollars or pay in whatever currency, and they can deliver. So why do we need to have another step? Yun ang aking tanong. Why can't we do it quickly? Because we need supplies right away.
I'm sure Secretary Guerin has
Yeah,
discussion.
go ahead, Secretary.
For example, for our private companies, they don't want to buy unless it's lifted kasi baka sila habulin daw ng US. Mr. Chair. So they wanted that, they wanted the clearance before they buy.
PNOC. Kang PNOC ang bibili. Government to government.
With,
G to G.
with or without the lifting?
Yes.
Well, during the lifting, we did attempt, but we did not find the right buyers. But we can.
But there is no prohibition for PNOC to order oil from Russia at any time. Wala nang paalam-paalam.
As a state, I guess, Mr. Chair, you
Pwede,
could say that,
diba?
sir.
So,
Wala lang kasing finished products nun eh. So it's
no,
always
ano
yes,
lang,
Mr.
kung,
Chair.
kung ma-available yung supply, they're willing sila magbenta ng crude, willing sila magbenta ng refined, pwede tayo mag-order diretso. Hindi na kailangan magpaalam. Tama?
We just follow the diplomatic channels, Mr. Chair,
Which is
as government to government.
Hindi kailangan magpaalam pa rin.
Uh,
No, that's the point of contention of Senator Amy, and that's also my parang from a urgency standpoint. Kailangan na natin yung supply kahapon eh. Bakit pa tayo kailangan mag-negotiate, mag-aantay pa ng sagot, dalawang department pa kakausapin natin? Matagal eh. Kung handa naman sila magbenta sa atin, bakit ayaw natin kunin? Iba kasi ang situation ngayon eh.
So, Mr. Chairman, just to be clarified with your question, definitely we can. We can go straight. But it is not advisable coming from the Department of Foreign Affairs. Is that the right answer? We can, but it's not advisable. We can, but it's not advisable. I just don't get it, Mr. Chairman, because tayo ba masa-sanction because of that? I mean, and what's the point of having an ambassador here?
Mr. Chair, I think the sanctions is really connected with the world financial system, and this has been set since the invasion of Ukraine, and that was one of the results. If we pursue as with the private sector of the Department of Energy or of DOE, then there is a possibility that sanctions might just be imposed on that. I mean, this is just a rhetorical question, but there is such. And therefore, our embassy in Washington, the diplomatic service is really very keen in making sure, because we did it already. We had that window, and we were able to get Russian oil. So it's just a matter of time, Your Honors, if we can just continue with the negotiations and discussions with.
Unfortunately, I
Anyway.
still don't get it, but I have an idea, Mr. Chairman. But are you talking only about payments, just payments, for payments, or everything that you have to?
It's obtaining actually that oil, which is sanctioned. I mean, by Russian oil.
Okay.
Secretary,
Quick intervention, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Secretary.
Salamat, Mr. Chair. Yung binanggit po, Secretary, ninyo na hypothetical or theoretical situation, actually, it's not po. The current crisis shows napaka-practical po niya, napaka-konkreto. Yung opportunities at saka yung limitations sa atin bilang bansa have that direct effect sa pinag-uusapan nating sitwasyon ng mga magsasaka at mangingisda, public transport workers, overseas Filipino workers at iba pa. So mamaya, Chair, ipapursue ko talaga. Precisely, it's this entanglement sa world economic situation na sinabi nyo, Sec. Lazaro. Shouldn't that be the subject, the target nung some of our long-term solutions and reforms. Halimbawa, in relation dun sa pagbubuo ng so-called middle powers. So, i-pursue ko yan mamaya, Mr. Chair. Salamat po.
Thank you. Just to conclude this, yung topic ni Senator Amy, dapat ang pinakamahalagang interest natin, ngayon, interest natin eh. No? And our interest now is to secure as much oil or as much supply as possible, regardless of where it will come from. Ngayon lang kasi ang Russia, may supply sila eh. No? At ang punto lang naman natin ngayon, Secretary Lazaro, is kailangan natin yung langis kahapon. No? And if we can secure, even if Russia can guarantee us supply for the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, kunin na natin dapat yan. No? Kaysa magpapaalam pa tayo, kausapin pa natin State Department, Treasury Department, by the time ma-approve yan, dami ng magugutom, tataas ng inflation. No? So, ang punto lang ho namin is, let's exhaust all available options at in a manner na we can do it immediately. No? Because time is of the essence right now. No?
Mr. Chair,
That's our recommendation.
we'll endeavor to do that. In fact, we'll call Washington as well as Moscow as soon as possible. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
What I understand, PNOC is ready to buy oil from Russia on a continuous basis, secure contract for the next 30, 60 days, and that's what we need. And I'm not saying Russia lang. If other countries can do the same, if, for example, oil export, Venezuela can do the same, or other countries can do the same, kunin na natin. Kasi ngayon, wala tayong choice eh. No? It's a seller's market right now. You know? So with that, we recognize Senator Villanueva.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Secretary of the Department of Foreign Affairs. And
Mr. Chair, bago natin bitawan ng aking classmate na si Secretary Lasso, pwede bang humingi ng paliwanag tungkol dun sa Russia via Washington, D.C., Philippine Embassy? Can we just have a written explanation because it's beyond us?
We'll do that, Madam Chair. Madam Senator.